Hi Graham, how's the injury news looking? I've got Veltman proper and well back.
All won't be ready for the game. Danny, hamstring, so yeah, obviously too soon for him, but he'll take the break for the summer and then be ready for pre-season. Davey, again, not too far away, but just the game come a little bit too soon, and same with Joel. So yeah, nothing else really, but that's obviously we have Lewis back into the squad, but those three will miss out.
And just on Welbeck, disappointing obviously for him and not being able to face his former club, but has he done enough, do you think, to earn a contract extension next season?
Well, yeah, I think that's something that the club will be speaking with Danny about, and they are speaking. So, as I said before, we had to focus on the football. We had to focus on helping Danny finish the season and us finish the season as strong as we could. And then, when all that's finished, we sit down and try and come to a good solution.
Do you feel there's more though he can offer you guys more going forward?
Well, yeah, I think we're happy with what Danny's done, and he's contributed to us. And at the same time, I know that he can keep improving, and he can show more, because that's I think that's pretty much the same as all footballers. You want to try and keep improving, and Danny's come from he came late to us and hadn't played much at Watford, so took a bit of time. We missed him for a few weeks with an injury, but he's come back strong from that and helped us in the last few weeks certainly. So we've been pleased with him.
A point in this final game against Arsenal would see the club achieve their highest points tally in the Premier League. To what extent is that an added motivation this weekend?
Well, it's something that we want to do, of course, because we want to finish the season off. We said before, try and be as strong as we can with the games, get as many points as we can. It's on the one hand it's important, on the other hand it's also important that we keep improving as well, and that's what we've tried to do all season. And then we're playing against Arsenal, they're fighting for points as well, so it's going to be a tough game, but we want to finish off as strongly as we can. We want to try and win, because it'd be great to get more than the points we got last year.
And would that constitute a successful season for you, or would it impact at all?
I don't think you could define the season necessarily by one game. I think you've got to look over the whole thing, and then yeah, I think you can say that we've had a successful season because we've stayed in the Premier League, we've improved as a team, we've improved performances, we've improved individuals. We're not the finished article. There's a lot of potential still in the squad, so we're excited. But like I said, we want to try and just focus on this game and try and take 3 points.
Did that win over City show you the potential of this team and what could be achieved?
Well, I think it was just a fantastic evening for the players and for the supporters that were there. It was just a great game of football. Nice to have that feeling amongst your supporters with the players, that they were excited by that. I think they could see what they were trying to do. There was a fully committed performance from a group of players that despite some key ones missing, had the courage and personality to play against the very best. And that's what I mean by, I think there's potential in the group and there's excitement in the group going forward.
Have you spoken to Pep Guardiola at all since the exchange at full time?
No, we spoke after the game, and I've sort of got in touch through their guys, just to again reiterate my apologies to them, and yeah, it is what it is. It's as I said after the game, my apologies to them. Not a great action from me, and from emotions probably got the better of me. Caught up with me in the game, and as I've proven, I'm not a robot. I'm a human being that's capable of making mistakes. So hopefully they can judge me over a 45-year life rather than a 1-second action.
And it was your action celebrating the goal, was it, that they took issue with?
Yes, yeah, it was. Yeah. Like I said, wasn't good, and nothing's ever perfect, of course, but you want to try and learn from your mistakes, and you want to try and get better. And but in that instance, like I said after the game, not my finest hour, and you have to, when you make a mistake, you have to admit it and you have to apologise, and then you have to try to move forward.
And you're being reported to be on a shortlist for the Tottenham job. Is it nice to hear that, or to be linked with a club like that? It shows you're being recognised.
I don't pay too much attention to things that are outside of my control, things that get written or speculation. There's nothing I can do about. I'm focused on this job, trying to finish the season off as strongly as we can. I'm excited by the team, excited by the club, excited by the group, so I just focus on that.
Would it be a very hard offer to turn down, or do you feel you've still got a lot of unfinished business here at Brighton?
It's nothing I've considered. I've got a contract here. I'm committed to this. We've got a lot to do. We're just at the start of what we've been doing. There's a lot of work that has to go into the first couple of years, because you're trying to change your playing style and you're trying to rejig the group in terms of introduce some young players. So we've tried to do that in a good way, and then you have to still get enough points to stay in the Premier League, which is not easy. So, and then all the stuff that's been going on in terms of a pandemic, in terms of no fans, everything else. So it's been a really, really tough 2 years, but a really rewarding and challenging 2 years. So I'm just focusing on carrying that job.
Graham, thank you. Go well at the weekend.
Thank you.
Hi there, Graham.
Sorry, Johnny, go for it.
Yeah. A belated happy birthday, by the way, Graham.
Thank you very much, Johnny. Thank you.
You mentioned 45 years. Is it 45
no,
or 46?
46. I wish it was 45. It's 46.
No, sorry to remind you. There you go. Obviously, you joined on your birthday. So it's a milestone, 2 years.
Yep.
How pleased are you with the progress that you've made over those 2 years, especially bearing in mind the circumstances over the last 2 years?
Yeah, I think when I reflect back, sometimes it's hard to really reflect back, Johnny, when you're in the middle of getting the results. But I think when I do look back, and I look back to where the club was 2 years ago, and where it is now in terms of on the pitch, I'm really pleased. I think it's difficult to come in to change things around in the Premier League because results are so hard to get. And of course, then if you don't get results, or you don't get the results maybe people want, then you can be thrown off course. And we've managed to stay relatively okay. Two lots of 41 points with still a game to go to try and beat it. So that's really positive. The performance of the team has improved a lot, I think. But I suppose as I've said before, the thing that we need to try to get better is the points to match our performances. But that is football, and that is why it's such a great game. The margins are quite small, especially at this level. But I look at the individuals that we've tried to introduce in the team, some younger players, some academy players, that I think gives us a chance strategically going forward.
Is there a particular highlight? I know you don't like to pick out one particular thing, but there must be one moment maybe that you look back over those 2 years as a highlight?
I think it's hard to look past Tuesday night, to be honest, Johnny, because of, I think the Arsenal game, first game after lockdown, was a really important victory. But when there's no supporters, it maybe isn't the same. I think the fact that Man City, there was a crowd. I thought the crowd were just amazing throughout the game. It looked like there was 7,000-8,000 people that were properly committed to the game, just happy to be there, enjoying watching football, supporting the team, appreciating the quality on the pitch, and then to get the win in that way was a fantastic evening. So I can't look too far past that.
And what about the support that you've had, not just from the fans, but also sort of from the owner, maybe your own backroom staff over the last 2 years?
Yeah, I said before, without them, it's impossible for me to do the job. So Tony has been an amazing chairman. As I've said before, he's yeah, he's a human being and he's emotional, of course, because he wants to win, but has got a way of looking at things and a perspective that is so impressive that gives you a chance to work. Because, as you know, in football, it's a bit of a roller coaster, and if you win, you're good, and if you lose, you're bad, and you can be on that up and down that can be destabilising. But with Tony and Paul and Dan, there's a real stability, a real calmness, and it's been invaluable support. And then everybody here as a staff, as a group of people that we work with every day, it's been a real pleasure. And yeah, I thank them a lot. Personally, I've had some challenges as well, so I'm grateful for that support that they've always been there for me. So I'm very lucky.
In terms of your squad, you mentioned a lot of people missing, but you do welcome back Lewis Dunk. That must be refreshing with so many people out at the moment. Yeah,
it is. Good to have him back. It's he was in a fantastic moment of form, wasn't he? So great for him to finish the season off with us on the pitch. Because yeah, we've got a few missing. So that's just how it is. But whichever team we have, we'll be competitive and we'll try our best.
In terms of Arsenal, what do you make of them? They're obviously disappointed in terms of maybe where they are in the league table at the moment, but they prove, particularly in recent weeks, they're a strong side with strong individuals. Yeah, they are.
Yeah, I think you can say they'd be disappointed because a club of that size is always competing historically for different things, but sometimes in football that happens. They're still perform really well. I think been unlucky in games, should have won and scored more, have missed some opportunities, but they've still got the same qualities. I think they can still attack you from pretty much any area of the pitch. I think they're making progress as a team. Mikel's making progress there, so they're going to be strong. They're fighting for the points to get in Europe. So from being written off a few months ago, they're still in the fight, and that's credit to them. So they're going to be a tough team.